Division 2, but I'm joining teams to be the ultimate wingman. A wingman is your best friend, a partner in crime, the goose to your maverick. And with this build, that's exactly what I am. I'm combining the best talents, buffs, and debuffs in the game to help even the noobiest of squads clear difficult content. We're giving them 28% more damage to targets, 2% armor regen, and 8% protection from targets. We're healing them at 350,000 per tick. Wait, I haven't even gotten to the best part yet. We're giving them 1.2 million in bonus armor on demand.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yup!
In fact, we're giving them so much bonus armor so often, your team can go all in on damage with their builds. Today, I'm going to show you how to put this together so you can be the ultimate wingman too. Hit the like right now and comment wingman below. A while back, I surveyed you banditos on how much armor you typically like to run. The vast majority said between 900,000 to 1.1 million. So I decided to figure out how to give squads that armor without sacrificing any damage. As you watch the gameplay, pay attention to my allies' armor as much as possible. That's the focus of this build. This build is legendary certified, and I'll be showcasing heroic and legendary group play throughout. There are no Dark Zone exclusive items, no improvised gear, and with a little farming, you should be able to put this build together in 1 to 2 days. If you like healer builds, then you will like this one too. It's not like other healer builds. No, besides buffing your team and debuffing the enemy, this build is designed to keep your team from actually needing the heals. You do this with the 1.2 million in bonus armor, but you have the healer hive if you need it. And when you do, most allies can be healed from 0 to full with 1 to 2 ticks. I'm going to get into the build details in a second. Before I do, I want you to know this build excels especially with a squad of damage dealers, not tanks. That's because you are the tank and the medic. You have 4 skill tiers and 1.3 million armor on top of the heals, and behind a 6-tier shield sitting at 13 million in health. It also has 5 seconds of invulnerability. Need to pick up a homie? No problem. Need to face off with the legendary stronghold end boss? No problem. As you can see, you're not going to be bored crouching behind cover shooting your healer chem at allies. You're going to be busy shooting at the enemy to activate buffs while keeping an eye on your allies and replenishing their bonus armor continuously throughout the entire mission. The build is using 4 pieces of True Patriot for the red, white, and blue buffs. We're running 4 skill tiers and 3 armor cores for over 1.3 million armor. And you can see I have equipped the Bulwark Shield, but this isn't really a shield build per se. I'm only using it when we get flanked or in trouble or have to pick someone up. Let's start with the gear set. The mask has repair skills, and I rolled a skill tier and put a repair skill mod on it. The gloves have armor and repair skills. The knee pads are exactly the same as the gloves. The holster has repair skills and a skill tier. The setup should be pretty easy to get. True Patriot comes with an armor core on it already, so you only need to find 2 pieces with repair skills already on it, so you can roll on the skill tier. I actually had more skill tiers at first, but I realized more armor paid off more often for the squad. That's because I was giving them bonus armor so often, the heals aren't used as much. Since we have all 4 pieces, we're getting the gear set red, white, and blue flag perks. This is not a new gear set, so I will jog through this quickly. Simply shooting the enemy applies the flag debuffs to the target for you and your squad. The red flag gives 8% amplified damage to that enemy from all sources. The white flag gives allies 2% armor regen when shooting that enemy. The blue flag gives everyone 8% protection from that enemy. When a fully flagged enemy dies, he explodes and damages everybody around him. Hey, if you're looking to play the Division 2 in new and exciting ways, this is the right channel. Join my Discord for more action and consider becoming a member of Tux's Players Club. It's only $1. Don't miss out. Hit the join button below to get started. Also, if you dig what I'm putting down, I'd appreciate the like, comment, and a subscribe. This helps me help you, and I have lots more where this came from. This is the point man named Gila Guard chest piece, which is giving us 5% more total armor. It has 40% total repair skills on it and perfect vanguard. When you pop your shield, it is invulnerable for 5 seconds, and you give 50% of your armor as bonus armor to allies for 20 seconds. This is a very long time. The cooldown is 25 seconds. We're not worried about that because we're giving them a total of 90% of your armor as bonus armor. That's why your team is getting 1.2 million in bonus armor. And the second part, the 40%, isn't capped and has no cooldown, so your team can have more than 1.2 million in some cases. Let's say you dish out 1.2 million armor every 25 seconds at least. Your team should be able to make that last the duration of the chest piece cooldown in most situations. If you don't have the named version of this chest piece, you'll be given 45% of your armor as bonus armor instead of 50%. All other stats are the same. And remember, the more armor you have, the more bonus armor they have, and the longer it lasts until the refresh, which means the less heals you have to dish out. I found 1.3 million armor on the build was a nice place to be. You want one piece Alps, and that's what I have in my backpack. This single piece is giving about 80% repair skills, counting the skill tier. I'd rather have hazard protection or explosion resistance over handling. More importantly, you want galvanize on the talent. This synergizes nicely with this setup. Applying confuse or shock to an enemy grants allies 40% of your armor as bonus armor for 10 seconds, if they're within 20 meters, which is a big radius. There's no cooldown on this or a cap. So imagine what you can do for your squad when a group of enemies is standing in front of you. To activate this, we're running the Scorpio Exotic Shotgun. Both the 3rd and the 6th shot activates Galvanize. Think about that and how fast you can apply both those shots. The 7th shot debuffs the target so they take 20% damage from all sources. Remember, True Patriot has that target taking 8% more amplified damage on top of that. I'm using the Restorer Hive because my hands are too busy for the chem launcher. You can also use the Striker Shield, but I chose the Bulwark for the extra girth, so I can pick up allies in hairy situations or stand in front of chungas or bosses as needed. Remember, your shield is invulnerable for 5 seconds. You want to run Technician for the extra skill tier, and be sure to set repair skills in the skill tree instead of skill damage. I ran the District Union Arena with this person on random matchmaking. She had about 726,000 armor. I'm giving her 1.2 million on top of that. So without rolling any armor on her build, she's getting the benefit of almost 2 million armor. And if she loses everything, she has my Healer Hive as backup and the bonus armor right back on top. Listen up, here are some things you need to know about this build. Since your team has so much bonus armor, your Healer Hive should go a long ways before it runs out. But what happens is that skills in the healing zone eat up the heals. This isn't unique to this build, this is the same for any healer build. But for example, there might be a turret taking aggro and your hive is feeding it healing drones, but it's a 6 skill tier turret and doesn't really need the repairs. In many cases, the engagement is over before it's busted out, but it ate the heals anyways. So try to keep that in mind when deciding where to drop your hive. Sometimes it's a good idea to let them drop their skills first. You want those heals to be available when you need them, especially for those heavy room fights. If this ends up being cumbersome or troublesome for you, then think about switching over to the Healer Chem Launcher. I know some of you are thinking about opportunistic for the backpack talent. This gives the target 10% amplified damage from all sources. That's great too. But for this setup, the idea is for your team to come with all the damage already and you to carry their defense. If they go down, pop your shield and pick them up. They're already getting plenty of damage amplification and bonus from your True Patriot and Scorpio 20% buff. They should be bringing the heat on their build otherwise. The 40% bonus armor addition from the backpack talent Galvanize will keep them alive more than the 10% amplified damage from opportunistic will. Imagine, your whole team is running around with 2 million armor and maximum damage output potential. That's a lot of survivability. For me, it came in real handy with the end boss too. Every time he pulsed, I made sure my team could take the punch. You can do a lot of cool things with the True Patriot gear set. On this build, I found a way to get 73% protection from elites, and another 12% protection from elites and non-elites. On top of that, I used the Chameleon and the Eagle Bearer. The latter will make you super immune. Try it.
Flow
Tuxedo out.